night of the Route 35 drive-in. September 4th, 1991. The last drive-in in New Jersey. Many a time was had here. 7:05 last night. It's already packed. Parked next to the... Hey, that van's always everywhere. Woods that are carved out. Goodbye, driving.
In theater, Reg Wells has been taking in the show and on and off the screen, and a lot of cheering behind him. So let's go now live to Hazlitt. Reg?
Yeah, what you're looking at right now are scenes from the movie The Girl Can't Help It, which starred Jane Mansfield, Little Richard, The Platters, and Fats Domino. They don't make movies like that anymore, and they're not building too many more drive-ins anymore. That picture was the movie that was playing when this drive-in opened in 1956. In the 1950s and early 60s, the family went to the movies in a Cadillac Coupe de Ville, when a coupe was more like a Sherman tank, or they took the family Studebaker or Corvette. The theater was as big as all outdoors. The screen was 100 feet wide. People brought beach chairs and blankets. Tonight, the chance to do this in New Jersey anymore ends. The Route 35 drive-in will close at the end of this performance. The screen will be torn down tomorrow, and construction will then begin on a new 12-plex cinema.
I think for a family type of environment, it's going to be very good for Hazlitt Township, not only for here, but for the rest of Monmouth County, the northern part of the county. I think you've seen it work down the road in Middletown with the complex they have down there of 8 theaters, and I think it's going to work well for us here as well.
In 1955, there were more than 6,000 drive-ins in this country. Today, there are fewer than 1,000. Although some drive-ins prosper in some sections of the United States, television, VCRs, and smaller cars dealt a death blow to the drive-in industry.
Radio on 5:30 a.m. Have a good night.
Tickets don't sell like they used to anymore.
Cars have gotten smaller. They're not as comfortable to sit in, and people would prefer the comfort and luxury of indoor entertainment complex.
We just have a lot of memories here, and we hate to see it go.
The last one in Jersey, you figure they would leave it open?
It's part of America. It's Americana, and they're kind of just crushing it. So.
Sad to see a piece of American history fade into the past, but it is history, and we move on.
Well, we're going to move on, and they're going to tear the screen down tomorrow, and this is a rather happy crowd that's been out here. They came out since 7 o'clock this evening. And people don't seem to pay any attention to the movie. It's just kind of a one big be-in. But I got a collector's item from this place, and truly a collector's item. Good night, Rollin.
How'd it go, Reg? How'd it go? Route 35 drive-in. Actually, I think it was New Jersey was the first place that a drive-in actually began.
Yes.
So it might as well be the last place to have a drive-in exist.
I guess so. Did you go to a lot of drive-ins?
I did as a kid, yes, yes. And I watched the movie.
Taking people in, you know, in the trunk and under the blanket in the back seat, you know, hiding them when you're coming in through the door.
It's a shame that they're getting rid of it, though, because, like, they don't have anymore. This is where, like, girls go with their boyfriends and, you know, where teenage memories are made, you know?
We grew up with this, you know, back in the 50s and 60s. We lived for Friday and Saturday night at the drive-in.
Kids can't go any place to learn about the birds and the bees anymore. It's also the last place in the world that people can go smoke a cigarette and go watch a movie.
Proceeds from tonight's final showing going toward the Raritan High School. And just in case you don't get the picture here, what is replacing this drive-in movie is a 12-plex, an indoor movie theater. And by the way, this car that we're sitting in is a 1963 Ford Galaxy, courtesy of our guest, Rob Cusumano of Union Beach. Reporting live, I'm Ed Miller. Back to you.
Thank you, Ed. It brings back memories on my first date at the drive-in in a convertible.
Oh, yeah? What happened?
Smooching in the back seat and popcorn.
Never saw the movie, huh?
The last one tonight. Steve Powers reports a lot of people turned out for a drive down memory lane.
Take a look at this marquee. Take a good look, because this is the last time it will billboard movies at the Route 35 drive-in in Hazlitt, New Jersey.
Tonight's going to be a great night. We're going to have fun. Yay!
When the drive-in opened in 1956, Eisenhower was president. Khrushchev was building his great communist empire by building prefab apartments, and the main industry in New Mexico was nuclear testing. And Marie Antelli packed kids in a car and took them to opening night, fresh air style.
You were the first into the theater.
Mm-hmm, I certainly was, with my 4 daughters.
And this appeared in the local paper?
In the Red Bank Register.
Right. The year was 1956. 56.
Uh-huh.
Tonight, 575 cars packed the drive-in to capacity for a look at tonight's last double bill, The Fly and The Girl Can't Help It. And a look backward in time, when you'd go to the drive-in with your friends smuggled in the trunk, your girlfriend by your side, no one caring what was on the screen.
When was the first time you came to a drive-in?
Oh, about 1949.
With who?
Girlfriend.
Are you allowed to say this while your wife is standing next to you? Yeah?
She understands.
And did you watch the movie?
Yes.
Did you steam up the screen?
No.
Did you try to steam up the screen?
Yes.
Do you believe this story?
No.
But after tonight, the Route 35 drive-in dies, and in its place, a new 12-theater multiplex will rise, complete tonight with a mandatory first shovelful ceremony.
What killed drive-ins?
Combination of the fact that financially it doesn't make sense to use this kind of land in metropolitan areas, and the fact that people are no longer in love with the automobile like they were in the 50s and 60s.
But as the skies darken tonight, the Route 35 drive-in screen lit up for the last time.
This is the end of an era, and it's a shame that it's ending. This is part of history.
In Hazlet, New Jersey, Steve Powers, Fox 5 News.
Thank you there, live.
And tonight, you'll never get another chance. The theater played its last picture show tonight, and Jim Dolan is live there now with the last of the drive-in movie lovers.
Susan, take a look. It is the final reel of the final film that will ever play at a New Jersey drive-in, and a lot of people think that's kind of sad because New Jersey is where drive-ins were born back in the early 1950s. For a lot of folks, that big screen back there is a symbol of youth, their youth, and when the final credits roll tonight, the curtain falls on a whole trunkload full of memories. This couple got engaged here. This guy was here when the drive-in opened in 1956, 35 years ago. And oh, the memories Courtney McConnell has, like Peter Pan.
The Peter Pan's flying around in the dark.
Peter Pan was flying around in the dark, right?
Yeah.
Most folks, of course, had more, well, distant memories of this and other drive-ins. And all those memories were happy ones.
Probably more fooling around than anything in the cars, you know. Everybody did it.
But let's face it, from a business perspective, a big sprawling drive-in theater is about as old an idea as a ragtop Galaxy 500. In the space that this drive-in occupies, they'll build a whole mall on this space, and that mall will have a dozen theaters, one of those Cineplex, multiplex type deals. And the kids will have just as much fun at that mall as their parents had at this drive-in. Still, it's hard to convince some of the parents of that.
I think it's a loss for kids of today. I mean, you know, the drive was a place to come. You came as a group, you came with some kids in the back seat or some kids in the trunk, however you could get them in, and it really was a gathering place.
It was great times. Now they're going to be gone. It's only going to be a memory.
Good memory.
Oh, yes, very good memories. A lot of fun.
This is also a hot social spot, too, in its day.
It definitely was, yes.
Mm-hmm. Kiss a boy or two here?
Yes, I did.
Well, I can't believe I asked that question. I can't believe I asked that question. You know, a lot of people here tonight are mourning the death of drive-ins, but there's just as many people here today who are looking forward to that mall. Reporting live from Hazlet, New Jersey, Jim Dolan, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Kissed a boy.